Good morning. Today we are going to start the poem Caring for Animals written by John Silkin. Let us start with John Silkin. John Silkin was born in London on 2nd December 1930. John Silkin was the son of Jewish parents Joseph Silkin. He was a lawyer, and Dora Rubenstein Silkin. He was educated at Wycliffe College before being evacuated to Kent and then to Wales during the Second World War. War made a deep impression on Silkin as a child. As a youngster, one of Silkin's most vivid memories referred to in his poetry was of being evacuated from London to countryside during the German bombing during World War II. He returned to London at the end of the war and attended Dulwich College, from which he was eventually expelled for truancy. About his education, Silkin was educated at Wycliffe College. Actually, he shifted to Kent during the Second World War. As a child, war made a deep impression on Silkin. Silkin shared his memories relating war in his poetry. When he returned to London at the end of the war and attended Dulwich College, but he was dismissed from the college because of non-attendance. Age 17, he worked as a filing clerk and then a journalist. At 18, was called up for national service, during which time he served in the Education Corps as a sergeant instructor. In 1950, shortly after being discharged, he published his first short collection of poems, The Portrait. The Portrait is the first work of Silkin. It was published in 1950. After national service in the Educational Corps, during which he reached the rank of sergeant. On leaving the army, Silkin worked for several years as a manual laborer, unskilled worker, his jobs including a period working as a grave digger. So we can see that he worked in different fields. He worked as a laborer manual or unskilled worker. He also worked as a grave digger. He was ready to do any work. Silkin spent the years between 1950 and 1956 as a manual laborer in London, an experience partly reflected in his first person poems about cemetery groundkeeping and about working men. During this period, he founded the literary periodical Stand in 1952 and published his first major poetry collection in 1954. Silkin's first major poetry collection, The Peaceable Kingdom, was published in 1954. Many of the poems in the collection had appeared previously in little magazines or broadcast on BBC radio, including his most anthologized and arguably most famous poem, Death of a Son. We already identified in 1950 his first short collection of poems, The Portrait, was published. In 1952, he founded the literary periodical Stand. Then in 1954, he published the major poetry collection. It is The Peaceable Kingdom. I already told you the Peaceable Kingdom, it is the first major poetry collection. So we can see that many of the poems from this collection has appeared in little magazines or broadcast on BBC radio. His very famous poem is Death of a Son. In 1956, Silkin took up a post teaching English to foreign students at the St. Giles School of Language on Oxford Street. 2 years later, in 1958, he was awarded the 4th Gregory Fellowship in Poetry at the University of Leeds. A second poetry collection, The Two Freedoms, was also published in this year. So we can see that in 1956 he started to work as a teacher to teach foreign students at the St. Giles School of Languages on Oxford Street. Then in 1958 he was awarded the 4th Gregory Fellowship in Poetry at the University of Leeds. In 1958 he published the second poetry collection, it is The Two Freedoms. Silkin was extremely active during his time at Leeds. He held the Gregory Fellowship in Poetry from 1958 to 1960, but continued to live in the city until around 1965. He appreciated the time that the fellowship gave him to write his third collection, The Reordering of the Stones. It was published in 1961, includes many poems written in Leeds and was dedicated to Peter Gregory. We can identify that when he was at Leeds, Silkin was extremely active. He also held the Gregory Fellowship in Poetry from 1958 to 1960. Then his third collection of poetry was published in 1961. His third collection of poetry is The Reordering of the Stones. This third collection of his poetry, The Reordering of the Stones, was dedicated to Peter Gregory. Like previous fellows in poetry, Silkin became involved in the student literary journal Poetry and Audience as both a contributor and an editorial advisor. Tony Harrison was sub-editor and then editor of the magazine during this period. He has the role of a contributor and an editorial advisor. We can also see that Tony Harrison was the sub-editor of Poetry and Audience. Silkin first approached Gur regarding the possibility of printing his flower poems, which were inspired by plants growing in the garden of his flat at 144 Otley Road. The idea quickly expanded to producing a series of poetry pamphlets. The first 3 pamphlets, Silkin's Flower Poems, Smith's 11 Poems and Geoffrey Hill's Pregary, were published in 1964. So we can see that Silkin first approached Gur regarding the possibility of printing his flower poems. Actually, he was inspired by plants growing in his garden at 144 Otley Road. That's why he quickly expanded to produce a series of poetry pamphlets. As the result, we can see the first three pamphlets. First one is Silkin's Flower Poems. Example for another pamphlets, it is Smith's 11 Poems. Then the third one is Geoffrey Hill's Priggery. These are the three poetry pamphlets. Prompted by the offer of funding for stand from the Northern Arts Association, Silkin left Leeds for Newcastle in 1965. His collection Nature with Man, comprising poems written during his time in Leeds, was published in the same year and won the Faber Memorial Prize. Also in 1965, Silkin took up the first of many visiting lectureships and residencies in the United States at the University of Iowa. Tony Harrison, himself living in Newcastle by this time, took over the editorship of Stand during Silkin's absence. Then we can see that Silkin got the offer to fund for Stand. That's why Silkin was forced to leave Leeds for Newcastle in 1965. In 1965, he published his next poem, Nature with Man. Actually, this poem won the Faber Memorial Prize. In 1965, Silkin took up the first of many lectureships and residencies in the United States. So, in the absence of Silkin, Tony Harrison took the in charge of Stand. During the 1970s and 1980s, Silkin produced a further 5 collections of poetry as well as publishing poems in periodicals and with small presses. He continued to edit, manage and sell Stand and published the poetry of the Committed Individual anthology, compiled from contributions to the magazine in 1973. He also selected and edited the Penguin Book of First World War Poetry, first published in 1979, and co-edited the Penguin Book of First World War Prose in 1989 with John Glover. Then we can see that during 1970 to 1980s, Silkin produced another 5 collection of poetry. He also published poems in periodicals and with small presses. Then we can see that he started to edit and manage and sell poetry of the Committed Individual anthology. It was compiled from contributions to the magazine in 1973. I already told you he started to edit the works. First one is the Penguin Book of First World War Poetry. He edited the work and it was published in 1979. He worked as a co-editor of the book, the Penguin Book of First World War Prose. It was published in 1989. He worked as a co-editor with John Glover. From these we can identify he also proved his ability as a editor and also co-editor. Works are Penguin Book of First World War Poetry, Penguin Book of First World War Prose. Okay. He held numerous residencies and visiting touring lectureships in the United States and elsewhere, including Australia and Israel. In addition to traveling extensively, he held various creative writing positions with schools, colleges and local authorities in the United Kingdom, notably the C. D. Lewis Fellowship at Aylestone School, North London from 1976 to 1977, and a residency at King's College. Taunton in 1985, which led to the commission and production of his play Gurney. It also performed under the title Black Notes on the life of war poet Ivor Gurney. So you don't forget that he was interested in traveling, so he held numerous residencies and visiting lectureships in the United States and including Australia and also Israel. His play is Gurney. It was also performed under the title Black Notes. Actually, it is the life of war poet Ivor Gurney. Silkin continued to write, teach and travel into the 1990s. Between 1991 and 1994, he was mostly based in Japan, where he taught English and American literature at the University of Tsukuba. A further critical work, The Life of a Metrical and Free Verse in the 20th Century, was published in 1997. Silkin's ties with the University of Leeds were firmly re-established in 1994 when he became a senior fellow in poetry in the School of English. The following year, the Stand Archives became part of the Brotherton collection. Silkin is the author of over 30 poetry collections and translations. His works are The Peaceable Kingdom. It was published in 1954, The Two Freedoms 1958, The Reordering of the Stones 1961, Nature with Man 1965. This work won the Faber Memorial Prize. His next work is Water Smith. It was published in 1994. Silkin's poems often focus on his Jewish identity, a sense of dislocation and the divide between humankind and nature. These are the main themes he went through his poems. Silkin edited anthologies of poetry written in response to World War I, including Out of Battle. It was edited in 1978. The Penguin Book of First World War Poetry. It was edited in 1979. In 1952, Silkin founded the magazine Stand, which he edited except for the magazine's 3-year break until his death. We already understood the details of his magazine Stand. Actually, he worked in his magazine Stand until his death. He only took 3 years break from his magazine Stand. I think all of you remembered well that period. Actually, Toni Morrison had the charge to take the responsibilities of the magazine Stand. Silkin received 4 Gregory Fellowships from the University of Leeds and taught or held residencies at the University of Leeds, University of Tsukuba, Denison University, the University of Iowa, the Aylestone School and elsewhere. Married to the writer Lorna Tracy in 1974 and divorced in 1995. Silkin had 4 children. The death of the first, Adam, and birth of the second, David, had profound impacts on Silkin, manifested in his poetry, which likewise indicates how important love, marriage, children and parenting remained throughout his life. I think all of you understood. He married the writer Lorna Tracy, but both of them divorced in 1974. He had 4 children. First son Adam passed away from this world, and birth of his second son David has made a profound impact on Silkin. That's why throughout his poem he starts to speak about love, marriage, children and parenting. John Silkin died on 25th November 1997. At the time of his death, Silkin was compiling a further collection of his poetry for publication, Making a Republic, edited by John Glover, was published posthumously in 2002. We can see that John Silkin was died on 25th November 1997. Actually, that period he was writing a poem. It is Making a Republic. So after the death of Silkin, the poem Making a Republic was published in 2002. I hope all of you understood who is John Silkin. John Silkin wrote more than 30 poems. He founded the magazine Stand. He was interested in traveling. Except 3 years, he worked in his magazine Stand. He also proved his ability as an editor and a co-editor. He edited so many works. We also understand the themes which he used in his poem. Silkin always speaks about Jewish identity, a sense of dislocation and the divide between the mankind and nature. I think if you remembered well, John Silkin is very interested to publish poetry pamphlets. The first 3 poetry pamphlets are Silkin's Flower Poems, Smith's 11 Poems and Geoffrey Hill's Priggery. These are the first poetry pamphlets. Silkin received 4 Gregory Fellowships from the University of Leeds. We already identified when he was at Leeds, he was highly active. These are the important points you should keep in your mind relating the poet John Silkin. So all of you please take the page number 75 in your textbook. You just go through the notes relating about the author John Silkin. Then I want to speak about an introduction for the poem Caring for Animals. From the title itself we can easily understand what he intends to convey through his poem Caring for Animals. Yes, through this poem he reminds us it is very important to take care of all the animals around us. In the second half of the 20th century, there happened a paradigm in our perception of animals. Environmental movements created a sort of awareness against commodification of animals in the present world. Accordingly, laws were framed to prevent the torturing and abuse of animals. It is in this context of the inhuman treatment of the non-human that a new literature of animal rights emerged. The basic premise such literature was the understanding of both the human and the non-human forming an inseparable bond of life. John Silkin's nature or animal poems become important in this historical scenario. 20th സെഞ്ച്വറിയുടെ ഹാഫോട് കൂടിയിട്ടാണ് എനിമൽസിനെ പ്രൊട്ടക്റ്റ് ചെയ്യണം എന്നതിനെ കുറിച്ചിട്ടുള്ള നിയമങ്ങൾ തന്നെ വരുന്നത്. തീർച്ചയായിട്ടും അതിനുള്ള ഒരു സാഹചര്യം മനുഷ്യൻ തന്നെയാണ് ഈ ഭൂമിയിൽ ഒരുക്കിയത്. പരിസ്ഥിതിയോടും മൃഗങ്ങളോടും കാണിച്ച ക്രൂരതകളാണ് മൃഗങ്ങളെ സംരക്ഷിക്കുന്നതിന് നല്ല രീതിയിൽ ശക്തമായിട്ടുള്ള നിയമങ്ങൾ കൊണ്ടുവരിക എന്നൊരാശയത്തിലേക്ക് മറ്റുള്ളവരെ പ്രേരിപ്പിച്ചത്. തീർച്ചയായും മനുഷ്യത്വത്തെക്കുറിച്ചും പ്രകൃതിയെക്കുറിച്ചും ഒരുപാട് ചിന്തിക്കുന്ന ജോൺ സിൽക്കിൻ അതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെയാണ് വളരെ റിലവൻ്റ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഈ ഒരു ടോപ്പിക്ക് തൻ്റെ കവിതയ്ക്കായി തിരഞ്ഞെടുത്തത്, കെയറിങ് ഫോർ ആനിമൽസ്. ഈ പോയത്തിലൂടെ അദ്ദേഹം ഉദ്ദേശിക്കുന്നതും അതുതന്നെയാണ്. മനുഷ്യനാൽ ക്രൂശിക്കപ്പെടുന്ന മൃഗങ്ങളെ സംരക്ഷിക്കേണ്ടതായിട്ടുള്ള ഉത്തരവാദിത്യം തീർച്ചയായും മനുഷ്യന് തന്നെയാണ് ഉള്ളതെന്ന് അദ്ദേഹം ഈ ഒരു കൊച്ചു പോയത്തിലൂടെ നമ്മെ ഓർമ്മിപ്പിക്കുന്നു. He used very simple language. I hope all of you can easily understand this simple poem. It gives a very strong message to us. I know many of you are interested to take care of animals. You have a lot of pet animals. You are interested to keep such animals. You are ready to protect the animals. So we will start this very simple and beautiful poem, Caring for Animals, in our next class. So all of you please go through the writer John Silkin well. Thank you.